All right, fam, good morning. It's Matt. Welcome back to the vlog. So today is super exciting because today I'm going to be flying up to visit Alaska. It is January 31st, and I'll be up there for a few days. It is currently, where's the clock that I carried? 4:10 in the morning. Got about a 45-minute drive to the airport. And I like to get there early because I am not one of those people that likes to cut it close when it comes to airports. So it's a little early in the morning, but still super excited to get to Alaska today. It's supposed to be really, really cold this week while I'm up there, so that is going to be fun. Anyway, let's get these bags down to the truck and get on to the airport. So this is the Tunnel of Doom that they make you walk in to get from Terminal A to Terminal B. It's a hike. All right, we made it to the gate. It's quite a hike to get from Terminal A to Terminal B here at Salt Lake City. It'll be nice when their new central tunnel is done. It'll have more walkways and stuff, but anyway, got about an hour until boarding, so I'm going to eat my breakfast, which is in that bag right there, and just hang out. Alright, we made it on the plane. Check it out, guys. So there's only like 40 people on this plane this morning. So I might have a whole entire row to myself. So far, so good. Pushing back at the same time as that United plane. Who's gonna win? Well, we taxied to the north end of the eastern runway. Turned around and now we're going back the other way. So we'll see what's going on. Looks like we're going for de-icing. That makes sense.
Aircraft is currently being de-iced. Now during this process you may hear sound of water rushing over the aircraft. There might be a slight odor present. This is completely normal during our de-icing process, so once again we'll be underway shortly. Thank you so much for your patience. airplane mode and feel free to make a call. For information on connecting flights, please check the television screens inside of the terminal.
All right, I just pulled up to the Fred Meyer in Wasilla. Flights went well. Picked up my bag at the airport, and then I picked up my rental truck. It's a 2023 Toyota Tacoma, four-wheel drive. Specifically wanted something with four-wheel drive, and I was glad that they actually gave me something with four-wheel drive, because oh my gosh, the roads in Anchorage are zero fun. Really glad I had four-wheel drive. I saw two fender benders on my way just trying to get out of town from the airport. So yeah, it was super crazy. Anyway, gonna swing into the Fred Meyer here, pick up a few things, and then head out to my Airbnb out in Willow. All right, guys, we made it to the Airbnb. You can just see it back there. See the truck behind me. It's kind of out here in Willow. It's cold air is tickling my lungs a little. Not used to it yet. But yeah, it's kind of out here in Willow down this back road. It's a nice Airbnb. It's fairly new, and it's pretty much a perfect size for a couple or a single guy. So let me flip the camera around and I'll give you a better view of it. All right, so here's the outside. No roof collapses yet, so that's good. I read on the news today there was another roof that collapsed in Anchorage. So there's a nice porch on the side. In the summertime, this is gonna had to open up into this rest of the property over there. You can see some trees, tons of snow. The owners of this Airbnb live just down the street. So I think he's been keeping this pretty clear. There's the rental Tacoma, which I discovered does not have a plug on it for a block heater or a pan heater or anything. So we'll see if it starts in the morning. I may come out here every couple of hours and just start it up and let it run for 15, 20 minutes. Yeah, here's the other side. It's not a bad little Airbnb. It's got running water. It's got a Toyo stove in there. It's keeping it nice and toasty. Here is the rest of the property. That's the entrance road. Yeah, not bad at all. I'll take you guys in and show you the inside. Also, you can tell it's cold because the snow sounds crunchy. You don't get this in Utah very often unless you're going up to the ski resorts. The truck and the weather app says it's negative 13 out here, and where I'm from in Utah, it generally only gets this cold if you're going up into the mountains. So I don't get to hear squeaky snow all that often. All right, let's go inside. It's a little chilly out here. Whew, it's a little nippy out there. I do have much better cold clothing with me. I just didn't get it out to go out there and show you guys the outside. But yeah, a little nippy out there. Anyway, give you a quick look around the inside of this little Airbnb. It's pretty nice. I like it. All right, so here's the door I just came through. You can see it's mostly just one big room. So down there's a sleeping bedroom area with the TV. That's a utility closet. And it does have a fully plumbed bathroom. And then here is the kitchen area. And then that sliding glass door out to that porch with the chairs that we looked at. And it's open all the way up. So that's it. It's pretty simple, but it's brand new and I like it. Be a good place to stay for a few days. All right, good morning, fam. It is the next morning. Slept pretty good. The Toyo stove down there kept the house pretty warm, and yep, didn't have any problems. I did wake up every 4 hours or so to go out and start the truck. I didn't have to go out. The Tacoma does have remote start, but it'll only let you remote start it twice until you have to go out and actually open the door. So I did have to do that once early this morning. Got it out there warming up right now. Power steering pump complained a little bit, but otherwise it's been starting right up, so not too worried about it. And the truck, I think, said it was minus 23 when I looked at the truck's temperature sensor outside, so a little chilly. Anyway, just finishing getting ready. I'm gonna go head up to Alaska, cut the cord, and then we're gonna caravan up together to Talkeetna so we can go out and visit Rob and Sarah at the Curmudgeon. So let's take you along for the ride. Let's look how pretty it is out here, fam. All right, I think that's officially the coldest temperature. No, I take it back. I was gonna say that's the coldest temperature I've experienced naturally. When I worked for Holland my second summer, we got to go into the 40 below room for a bit at Denali National Park at the Princess Lodge there. But we were only in there for like 5 minutes. But yeah, this is the coldest natural temperature that I have ever experienced. It's a little brisk out there. Hey, side by side.
Yeah.
I can drive that thing.
Well, that's why we bought it.
All right, guys, just a quick recap of the first day up here in Alaska. Didn't film a ton today, but this morning woke up and you saw what the temperature was. So anyway, I drove over, met Adam, Phyllis, and Sid from Alaska Cut the Cord, and then we caravanned up to Talkeetna where we grabbed the hurricane turn train so we could go out to visit Rob and Sarah at Curmudgeon. And that worked pretty well, actually. We got there super early. The train was a little late getting up from Anchorage today. Not too bad, though. So we were able to grab the train, and then we went up and had a great time visiting Rob and Sarah. So glad they were willing to have us out there, and so glad that Adam and Phyllis and Sid also wanted to tag along. It was quite the party. If you guys didn't see Rob's impromptu live that we had when we were up there, I encourage you to go watch it. It was pretty fun. It was a pretty fun day. So anyway, the more, I don't know if I want to call it fun or not. The more adventurous part of the day was when we went back down from Rob and Sarah's. They live about a mile from the tracks. When we went back down from their house to meet the train didn't show up when it normally does. And there's no way to know where the train is at. They don't send out a radio call for where they're at. There's no way to track it that's publicly available.
But we ended up waiting down by the tracks for over an hour for the train to show up. And it wasn't so bad when we first got down there, but as time wore on, and especially once the sun went down, oh my gosh, did it start getting cold. It was so cold. Everybody by the end was feeling it, and we all were fairly well prepared for the cold weather, but just standing around next to the railroad tracks, so we couldn't go back up to Rob and Sarah's house because if the train could show up at any time. And so we had to just wait down there by the tracks. And yeah, it was really cold. I cannot tell you how glad we were to finally see the train come around the corner, because it was so warm in the train after we'd been standing out in what we think was at least 40 below down by the railroad tracks. So anyway, finally got home. As you can see my face in the camera here is this color red in real life. Yeah, it was chilly, and my face gets red whenever it's I'm out in the cold. Whenever I'm working hard and stuff, my face just breaks out. So it's a pretty nice color red right now. So yeah, just got done eating dinner. I stopped by the local market here in Willow just to pick up a couple of things because I didn't really have much to eat here at the Airbnb. Picked up Family Classic that we got from some extended family when I was a kid. Just a can of Dinty Moore stew and then a package of instant Idahoan potatoes. And if you haven't had Dinty Moore stew over mashed potatoes as camping food or just comfort food or just something warm, it's the best. Dinty Moore stew on potatoes is it's just so good. So that warmed me right up. It's currently a balmy 70 degrees inside the Airbnb, nice and toasty in here, and that's at least 100 degrees warmer than it was down by the railroad tracks. So yeah, that was the day. It was pretty fun. Looking forward to what else is coming up this weekend. Don't really have a ton of plans tomorrow, as the Willow Carnival, which is one of the reasons why I came up here, doesn't really kick off until Saturday. So I think tomorrow what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go do some exploring during the day while it's light out. And I'm going to go check out some of the areas where I've seen land for sale up here and other property for sale, just to get a kind of feel of how everything is in the wintertime. Still having to start that rental Tacoma every 4 hours or so, just to make sure that it stays warm and is able to start, because it's pretty chilly in the mornings. So I'm going to be doing that again tonight, and then tomorrow we're going to go do some exploring. So anyway, that was the day today, and that's the plans for tomorrow. So I will catch you guys then. I'm just going to spend the rest of the evening finishing getting all warmed back up, catch up on some YouTube, pay my rent for my apartment, because today's the first and rent is due. So yeah, just going to take a nice quiet evening, and then we'll see what tomorrow brings. All right, it's the next morning. I've been taking just a lazy morning this morning, but I don't really have any concrete plans for today. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go do some exploring, go look at some of the areas where I've seen land for sale, just kind of drive around. And I think I'm also going to drive up to at least Denali State Park, because the weather outside is just gorgeous today, and I want to go see if the mountain's out. So we should be able to tell that before I get up there. But if it's out, I'm gonna see if I can drive all the way up there, and yeah, just take a look, because I haven't been to Denali State Park in 10 years. Let's see, what is the year? 11 years. So 12 years. It's 2024. Yeah, almost 12 years. Anyway, it's not all the way to the national park because nothing's open there, but you should be able to get a good view of the south side of the mountain from the state park. So we'll head up that way and see what there is to see. First, I just wanted to show you guys, the sun just came up over the trees. This is the view out the sliding door of the Airbnb off onto the property here, and it is just gorgeous. here. Truck said it's minus 32 outside right now. Had this thing warming up for about half an hour, maybe 45 minutes. So far the rental truck's doing pretty good starting in the mornings. The power steering pump complains a little bit, but other than that it hasn't seemed to have any issues starting up. But look how pretty it is. The outside of the Airbnb here. All right, let's first run over to the gas station. I'm gonna fill the Tundra up with gas and grab a drink, and then we'll hit the road. Just stopped at the Three Bears in Trapper Creek. And it's downright balmy up here. -5 feels like summer. Alright guys, oh, we got a shadow on my face. Alright guys, we are hiking out from the road behind me there to the Denali South viewpoint. Now, I stopped here a lot when I drove for the cruise lines. Obviously it's not plowed out, so you can't come park down in here, so I just parked out over there by the road because they've got a little turnout plowed out. Unfortunately the mountain's not really out today, but that's just something that happens. Like, it can be a perfectly crystal clear day everywhere, but Denali makes its own weather, and so she's currently all socked in with snow, or not with snow, with clouds. But I'm still gonna walk out here and show you guys, because the other mountains are looking spectacular today. So let's keep on walking up this snow path, and I'll show you guys the view from the Denali South viewpoint. All right, just walking down this path. Obviously other people have been walking out here. Sorry about that. I wanted to stop and put my gloves on because it is about -5 up here, so a lot warmer than it has been down in Willow, but still a little chilly, so I was putting my glove back on. Yeah, look at this view, guys. I mean, just look at it. See, Denali has those clouds in front of her, so can't really see her today. I did drive all the way up to the Denali North viewpoint, but it's not plowed out. It's like a quarter-mile hike in from the road, so I didn't, and there was no place to park there either, so I didn't. I just turned around and came back to the south viewpoint. All right, sorry about that quick cutoff, fam. A bunch of kids from Soldotna walked up, and so I chatted with them for a minute, and they were out taking pictures and FaceTiming, and I walked over and FaceTimed my mom, waiting to see if the mountain would come out, but looks like she's just going to stay hiding behind that cloud today. So I'm going to make my way back to the truck, because even though it's only -5, which is a lot warmer than it was yesterday, I was still not expecting to stand out here at the viewpoint this long. So I'm going to make my way back to my nice warm truck and keep on heading back south towards Willow. All right, guys, we're back in the car. So what you saw out there with Denali being covered, I think I mentioned it in that other clip, but that's super common. Even when I was up here working in the summer times, we would stop here and the view would just be absolutely spectacular, but Denali would be, the peak of her would be covered in just clouds, because she's so massive that she creates her own weather. So That was not an uncommon experience, even for tourists. They say that only about 30% of people that come to Alaska get to see the mountain while they're here, just because it's weather is so finicky. So yeah, I'm gonna, now that I'm back in the truck, getting the face a little warmed up again, even though it's only -6 outside. I didn't take a face covering or anything, so it's starting to get a little chilly. But I'm going to head back towards the south and go do a little bit more exploring. Check it out, guys, it's a heat wave. 0 degrees. Just rolling through Trapper Creek. You know, it's like 20 below outside right now here in Willow. And as you can tell, I'm sitting inside and I'm still wearing, I'm just wearing my base layer, my old skiing base layer. But I'm wearing this vest and my hat. Even though the Toyo says it's 68 in here. Yeah, very cold outside. You see how I'm all dressed up, and what am I doing? I'm eating ice cream. Does that seem crazy to you guys? Alright guys, it's been about 4 hours since I got back to the Airbnb today, so I am going to go out and start up the truck. Normally I would just remote start it from inside of the house here, but I'm kind of curious to see what temperature the truck thinks it is outside. So I'm going to go out and open the door and hit the start button. I'm not going to start it up. From the inside of the truck. I just want to see what temperature the truck thinks it is, and then I'll go ahead and remote start it from the key fob. Alright, so I went out and checked the truck. The truck thinks it's -16 degrees outside. I think it feels a little bit colder than that, but somewhere right around there. So anyway, on this Tacoma here, all I have to do is take the key fob and hit the lock button 3 times, and on the third one I'll hold it, and that should remote start the truck. It's not very happy. That's the power steering pump whining a little bit there. Yeah, just remote start it. It'll run for 10 or 15 minutes. I haven't actually timed it, but I think that's about what it runs for, and then it will shut itself off. Ooh, it's cold outside. Don't know if it's actually -16. I still think it might be colder than that. But I know on all my other Toyotas that I've owned, sometimes the car temperature sensor doesn't really work well until you start moving. So if I had to guess, it's colder than -16 out there, because even just being out there for a couple minutes, getting a little chilly. So anyway, the truck's going to run for a bit, and then it'll turn itself off, and in another 4 hours I will do the same thing, only this time I will do it through the window of the door right there versus going outside, so I don't have to get all dressed up.
Alright fam, it's Editor Matt here, and this video was running a little long, so I decided to split the trip up into 2 separate videos. So this first video covers the first few days of the trip, and then the second one will obviously cover the last few days of the trip. Stay tuned for the second one, as it will include some footage of the world-famous Willow Outhouse Race, which I got to participate in thanks to Alaska Cut the Cord. Super fun, but also we had an interesting time, so stay tuned for that video. I'll be adding some footage of the race in the second video. So anyway, thanks for watching part 1 of the February Alaska trip. If you liked this video, please don't hesitate to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment if you should so desire, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and we will catch you in the next one.